All right, you are
Welcome
good
to
to
another
go.
episode of Natural Nerd. Refuse to let that stop us from doing the things we love. Tonight, we are playing Dungeons & Dragons, Curse of Strahd. The group is known as the Tinder Beetles. That being said, we did have our PvP, and there has not been a conclusion yet. Hopefully we can finish that before Wednesday. If not, we will be jumping into that again next week. We will keep that updated. And without any further ado, I need my players to roll a d4.
Spooky.
All right, guys.
I will go down the line. Magnet.
2.
Okay. Pendragon.
They're hard to read, okay?
4.
Okay. Myra.
Also a 4.
Okay. Charlemagne.
This is for the retelling, right? The recap.
Yep. I need a d4.
He wasn't here last week.
I wasn't.
Oh,
here, yeah.
right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Never mind. You're safe, buddy. Valen, no.
That's a 2.
Okay. Pendragon, Myra. I need you both to re-roll, please.
Oakley dokley. A 2.
A 2.
I fucking hate you.
Fucking kidding me?
No.
Roll again.
God damn it.
So they both do it?
I mean, hey, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, if they get a third one, then yeah.
A 3.
I got a 2.
Okay. Myra. If you don't mind.
Oh. So last time on Dragon Ball Z, we fought the first druid, but then all of these spooky things started coming out of the ground, and we fought them. And there was 3 druids that were bringing up a tree and made the tree come to life. The tree proceeded to bite me and then eat me, which is fantastic because I'm for it. And then we get me kind of safely out of the tree. Thank God I can be healed now. Thank you, Ainslee. And then we go to the actual tree we were there for. Ainslee is able to project into the tree. She finds her awesome boomerang. I tried to save the tree to no avail. And now we are standing around and we need to find the stone and rest. Definitely. Ta-da!
Very good. You can take a point of inspiration.
Whoop.
And as for tonight's quote, wariness fills even the stoutest forms.
You say wariness? Like you're
Yep.
wary of something?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that being said, Ainslee, I believe you had something you wanted to do.
I want to take out my stick and start spinning in a circle, and I use it as a dowsing rod to search out the other life stone.
Okay. I'm going to need you. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
$16.
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival check.
If I notice she's looking for the stone, I'm proficient in survival. Can I give her advantage and help her look?
It's another 16.
Yeah, you could do that with advantage. Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 16.
Okay, and I'm gonna need an intimidation check from you.
An intimidation check. Oh boy.
While she's doing that, I'm just gonna like squint my eyes and stare at her like, what the hell is she doing right now?
And it just looks like I'm just aimlessly wandering with a stick leading the way. It's a 9.
9. Okay. So you don't manage to scare the stick into telling you where it is,
Oh.
but it does point you there after a minute. You're kind of walking around. It kind of feels like it's pulling you, and then it turns you back towards the pile of ash that was the tree, and the ash starts to blow and separate and fall around the crystal.
I knew my handy dandy stick would lead the way. I'm gonna pick up the stone, wipe it off.
As you do, you feel that surge of that same life force. And it's how the other one was green. This one has more of a bluish tint to it. It's still it's like a green blue, but just stronger tinted rather than like an emerald. It's more of a maybe like a jade look.
Oh. And does it feel the same as the other one or stronger?
Same weight, feels the same.
What the energies?
Give me an Arcana check. Actually, general intelligence. See what you remember.
Oh man, you sure you?
Yes.
It's rude.
8.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
That fish is just a little bit too tight on your head at the moment.
I'm gonna bob my head around. Fishtail goes flopping side to side. Well, I'm gonna look at Pendragon and hold up the stone and smile.
I'm gonna smile back and just say, do we need to rest first before we try this?
Well, I mean, we'll definitely have to rest after.
True. Very true. Well, if it's in accordance with everyone, I would like to be rid of myself of this curse.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna kind of take him and lead him back towards probably, yeah, you know what? This seems like a safe spot. So kind of go like over here. Kind of like towards the entrance of it and start doing the same thing I did before, tapping into the life energies. Tracing I know he doesn't have a tree tattoo, but I'm going to trace lines similar, like coming from the ground, working my way up, pulling the energies from the earth within.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, while they're walking off, I'm going to sit on my spear and float 10 feet up so I can get a better advantage point on what they're doing.
24.
24.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna get a roll like that again.
That just passes.
Oh jeez.
So, as you start to trace the similar form of the tree, how you did with Myra, Pendragon, you feel a very cold sensation in like the marrow of your bones, and as you're tracing it, it actually forms the black lines that form the tree, similar to Myra's tattoo.
Mhm.
And then following it is, instead of bark, it's more fluid, like a river. It still outlines the tree and goes out the branches, but it's more of like a bloodstream, like a life source, kind of ever flowing. You can see the white foam as the waves kind of crash, start to form up around on the sides, almost making the shores as it goes around him. And it turns to this crystal color. Both of you make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh God. Dirty 20.
19.
Okay.
Oh God.
You both take 43 points of cold damage and are knocked unconscious.
Am I the only one who sees this at the moment?
So Valen, literally what you see, Pendragon starting to turn like this crystal blue, just like again, similar to the Myra's tattoo style, a tree, but it's more of a river form, and then you see it turn crystal, and then they both just drop unconscious, like just flat, like it just stops.
I'm going to wait about 10 heartbeats and say, I think they're dead, and I'm going to walk rocket over there.
So, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Medicine check. Why does it always have to be a medicine check? What did I roll? Yeah, that's a natural 3.
Oh Lord.
What's the number for 911?
What's that?
I'm gonna sprint over there as I saw him.
Yeah,
like, dart,
I ran
and-
over too, for sure.
Okay.
That's a 5 total.
Yeah, you really like as you get there, you try to feel their pulse, feel their breathing. You think like they're dead. They're dead to you.
I'm gonna walk over to each of them and touch each of them and give them a cure wound. I'm gonna be like, "Get up, guys! It's okay. It's okay." Just pat them both on the shoulders.
Okay, so you watch as whatever wounds they did have, fall over their unconscious bodies, but they remain unconscious.
Fuck.
Okay.
You can give them the healing. So if you want to roll that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I've obviously made my way over there as well.
I still have 15 hit points, but you said we're unconscious, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still had 11.
Yeah.
So it's 12 healing.
12 healing?
Yeah.
And that brings Ainslee to 23 and Pendragon to 28. Right?
27.
27. Yeah, you're still unconscious.
Can I check them to see if I can see what's going on?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Okay. I'm actually not horrible in that. Never done
I'm pretty sure they're dead, Myra. I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
21.
I tried to heal them, and they're pretty dead.
They're not dead.
What was the roll?
21.
They're unconscious as fuck, but they're not dead.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, they're not dead. We have to figure this out.
Magni is gonna walk up very casually and look down and just give Ainslee a little tiny bonk on the head with Mjolnir.
Okay. So unconscious is an auto crit.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
I said like a tiny little bonk, just kind of like a little dink.
More like you're poking her with Mjolnir.
Kind of. Like I said, it's just
Kind
a
of like
little.
moving her body lightly with it.
Yeah.
Well, then, if that's the case,
I'm not trying to fucking smash her in the head. God.
she's still unconscious.
Don't know.
Um,
I am very familiar with deep sleep, but
Does anybody have
very tired.
some water, a skin of some kind?
Water. Actually, yes, I believe I have some water. I'm gonna go take off my backpack and just like start digging through it. And as you see me throwing things out of my backpack, I then take out a water skin and hand it to you.
Oh, sweet. What kind of things did he just drop?
No, I pick them all up. As soon as I hand you the drink, I like start picking them all up. Just like taking them out, put them on the floor, picking them back up, putting them back in.
Appreciated. I'm going to take off the stopper and pour it over Pendragon and say, like, wakey, wakey, come on.
Okay.
Come on.
They both wake up. Their eyes open. They just look shock. The two of you feel again that freezing in your marrow. Your joints are achy. It feels almost like arthritis on a rainy day as you kind of stretch. Your muscles are very tense, but then after a moment they start to loosen.
As I stretch, I'm gonna smack Pendragon and say, "Why do you still the vampire?" And I want to kind of, and then I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna stick it in his mouth, and like just lift his lip to see if he has fangs.
Okay. It is not. He is fangless.
Well, how does it look?
Well, you don't have your fangs anymore, and I'm gonna pull my finger out of his mouth.
Oh, and I'm gonna feel myself, and I'm just going to like run up to Myra and grab her and lift her up and like set her back down. It's like, finally, finally. Oh God.
Well,
I'm going to return the skin.
I said you do not have fangs, but I do not can if it worked.
Oh, can I look at my skin? Do I regain color
Um,
like Myra did?
Not at the moment. You're still very, very pale. You feel like you're freezing, and again, that you see that blue river kind of coming over you, type deal. And it's starting to go away. From over your shoulders, you can kind of feel the energy dispersing, but at the moment, you're not sure.
Well, I'm not quite sure yet. This is new, kind of cool, but I don't know if it's a good thing.
I'm gonna pull out my moon sickle. Is it made of silver?
I believe
No.
so.
I have. I'm gonna pull out my slingshot that's silvered, and I'm gonna touch him with it.
Nothing happens.
Okay, one last thing, and this is gonna be it. It's gonna be it. I'm going to where is it? Eyes of the Grave. I'm going to sit there and meditate for 1 minute and see if I can determine the presence and nature of undead creatures in the area. It extends to 1 mile in all directions. I learn the number of undead, their distance and direction from me, and I learn the creature type of the undead in that area that has the highest challenge rating.
Okay. close your eyes, you concentrate. And all of a sudden, it pings for a moment, and then it flashes away. When you open your eyes to where you got pinged, it points over to Valen for a moment, but it immediately disperses. It's like almost a weird. You're not sure if your divine connection shorted out or something, or what that was. But this is the only thing you sense.
I'm gonna stick my eyebrow up at him. My eyebrow's gonna cock, looking directly at him.
You got some water on your fish hat.
Oh, and I'm gonna shake my fish hat, and I'm gonna look back at him and say, "Are you the vampire?"
I'm going to show my teeth.
Are you? I've heard of these creatures that are dead, but that are not dead. I think they call them zombies.
Lass, if I was a driver, I'd know if I was a driver.
Well, I did not pick up any undead other than Valen. So I think
I'm most certainly not undead. I have working
Oh.
organs and everything. I literally got this recently, and
that's
I'm
what they all
bit
say.
of
Well, honestly, I can't thank you enough. Once again, you've done the unspeakable, and
Hey.
it is greatly appreciated.
Well, I would not thank me too fast. I'm not quite sure what this does, and I'm gonna look at the stone.
You're looking.
I'm looking at the stone.
And so again, how the first one was glowing, this one
Mhm.
seems dead. And the seed shell kind of looks more like a pistachio shell this time, with a more blue color, or like a slate gray almost, looking like the bottom of a river stone.
Oh.
Starts to cover it.
All right, I'm gonna turn and hold it out to my mimic.
Swallows it up immediately.
Well, that's one job done. Hopefully, there's no weird side effects.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It is quite old.
It feels
Oh.
different.
Yeah, the river, the waves and everything. That was interesting.
Right. Well, perhaps we should find somewhere to bed down for the night. I feel very weary myself.
I suggest those lovely trees back there. I did draw a pretty nice picture. I want you all to see it.
I am sure you did, undead boy. I'm gonna stand up as I smack him on the back.
I ain't undead, lass.
Aye.
And I'm going to jog after her.
So, as you start to make your way towards the trees down the hill, you get the sense of peace and restoration as you're walking away. As you kind of just take a glance back and you head looking over to the west, you see that curtain of fog. Among it, you see a white fortress on a hill above a great city. The city appears to be quite distant, maybe about a mile away. And the fog.
Near where we were in the cave?
No, looking to the west. The fog obscures all detail, but you can hear what sounds like the echoes of a church bell.
That's quite beautiful.
Aye, whatever this plane is, it is mysterious, if it's anything.
You get quite used to it.
You guys make your way down. Find a good spot to camp.
And make a fire with my wee tinder beetles.
Sure, simple enough at this point. Magni has gathered enough wood from that other tree, whose name was Winter Splinter, by the way.
I love it.
Um,
Are there any magical properties to this wood? Is it going to be a very vivid fire?
well, as you light it, you hear the screams of the dead.
Magni's going to sit there and be like, music to my ears.
I've heard of Aelin scream too.
I'm gonna put the Glutheus staff in my bag of holding for now.
I do have a question for the group.
All right.
Does anybody have a knife that they're not using? I'm just I found myself without nothing to do without this pretty spear when it's doing this thing.
A dagger. You need a dagger. I have a bunch of daggers. Need a dagger?
Oh, please and thank you.
You can have a dagger.
My axe.
And
much appreciated, Pen, and congratulations on your new life.
Hopefully.
Make sure you use it wisely. Like this dagger. And I'm going to instantly cut my hand.
If he's
Does
not
it bleed?
punching himself in the face, he's cutting himself. Yes,
I
please.
stabbed myself first as Taishar, and then I punched myself in the face. But yes, DM, does it bleed?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. It does. You
Do I
bleed
get
your own
blood?
blood. You do not get your own bloodlust.
Oh, and then I show Ainslee. Glass, it red like everyone else.
Well, I've skinned quite a few wolves and the like in my life, and they still bleed when they're dead.
Well, how
She's not
about
wrong.
I tell you all a little bedtime story, and you can
Is it about how you came back to life?
and then some friend. Well, I referred to my picture that I had drawn while we were all talking about where we were before we had transported to this whatever place we are at. He indicates the tree that he had made, and see that it's been notated on different branches, and in the middle of its length, you see the tree is marked as Yggdrasil. And he squats behind one of the branches, and he draws with his spear just a line beneath one of the names, and it is Alfheim. Now, I'm no bard, or one of those fancy players. I don't bandy words, and above all, I am no liar. So take from my story what you will. I have lived 4 lives, crossed thousands of years. First, and he indicates the branch, the realm in which I lived and died, a battlefield near the Algor on Dlel. fighting with my fellow spears. High Illuminator of the Spear of Light. We slew hundreds of those dark elf bastards. Spit the Prince Lotor on my shaft. Never saw the blade coming that took my head, though. My brother Arcos, he did. Split his head seconds later. He didn't see it coming. Had a lot of time. I got to know those sorry fuckers. Some that died on the battlefield. We were raised up. Next thing I knew, I was flying through the fucking air with a woman with wings. You see his eyes go a bit distant as he just recalls for a moment. Name was Strahd. It was a Valkyrie that lifted me up to feast, to ride in the halls of the slain. And he scoffs. Hala. I'll say this. I would not be here if it wasn't for her. You crazy bitch. But I guess we're even now. Wherever you are. Anyway, Valhalla. He grinds the tip of his spear to the knot of trees, to the knot of the twisted limbs that all the branches seem to divert through, and that's marked as Asgard.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry. Valhalla. That's where I spent most of my life fighting endless days, day in, day out, drinking till I passed out, waking up, fighting till I was dizzy, repeat. It was hell, honestly, after a time. Fell in with a few gods, the mischievous ones at least, the chaotic nature, caused a bit of trouble. But nearly 5 millennia of doing the same thing became, well, old. So, we were brought there for a reason, right? Ragnarok. Fight to win glory. Sit there while the planes fucking warred. The fabric of existence was flayed, torn apart, shattered. Parties. We party our asses off. Others pleaded, begged to do something about the scowl. Mimir loved praise his empty sockets. Not the worst for speaking out. As time goes by, go to despise everyone, everything. Watch Loki go mad and try to make something of himself. I lost myself in the battle. That's when she found me. That's when she killed the man I was. I did the dumbest thing. Loved another man's wife. It was short. It was breathing for the first time. Not sex or anything, but like knowing for the first time we weren't alone in this existence. And then that's when I ran. She basically pushed me off Asgard with a spear, walk on my chest, and make dancing lights above us. Got bounced around the world of dreams, did a few things for the Onairi, helped a tame move of something through the a tomb where we found some horrors. And now I'm here, living, breathing, pissing for the first time in I can't even remember.
Aha.
Magni is sat down, leaning up next to a tree and snoring right now.
So
For my mimic, just looking up all wide-eyed, completely absorbed. Sorry, Charlemagne.
I'm like up in his face. I'm like, so you were dead and you died, right? At one point you died,
Aye.
and now you're back alive.
Aye. After
So
a few
wouldn't you
days.
say undead?
I?
I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure if you rammed a knife through this part of my chest, something would end up not thumping anymore.
Perhaps
uh,
he's already dead.
would you
And
like
Can I say that
redead?
when he mentioned being able to piss again, Myra just like stiffens and like looks away.
I mean, I was just undead. I can relate. It doesn't work the same way because now I feel alive again. So I'm not undead anymore.
Point to pen. Exactly.
Okay. So, undead people don't pee?
I'm gonna look at Pendragon and Myra.
I've never tried.
Well, what happens to all that blood you drink? It doesn't come out. You don't have to pee. Like,
I'm
It's
actually
more.
curious about that
Ian, blood?
myself.
It's more of a healing effect. It like I don't know, goes into my own bloodstream. It's not
uh,
like I'm
Nothing comes out, right?
I
Yeah,
think I pee
nothing.
out potions.
you pee out potions.
Sometimes I
Uh,
believe.
Hey,
how, I don't want to know how you found that out.
but what were you saying is we were walking with a living money producer. We could have sold those potions and gotten rich.
No. All the potions are dead now. Gonna glance at Myra. It,
Just scratches the back of her head.
they do not work anymore. They learned that when, well, they thought I was dead and they tried to give me a potion and it did not work. And I think we did the same with
Yes,
Myrna.
but we bought those. Those weren't your pea potions.
Oh, no, I do not keep my pee. Do you think it could be, do you think it could be quite useful?
What? Your pee potions? I don't know. I
Hey,
don't.
well, the people from the homelands, they would set the dyes into the clothing using pee.
That's a bit stinky.
Oh,
Potion.
Oh, that's
That,
true.
that,
That's some good dye there.
hey.
Can I make a perception check of the area?
Yes, you may.
How do you
Okay.
think they got brown?
Did not let me know.
I don't want to know. I
Uh,
don't want to know. It's okay, thank you. Like, you don't have to tell me how you used to get brown.
28.
28 on perception of the area.
Yep.
It's quiet. It's actually the first time you've felt peace in a long time.
Okay. Just relay to everything. We're pretty good, guys. We can sit here and just mingle for a little bit. It's been a long time. I
God. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
was gonna ask, what time of day is it?
Currently it's around like 9:30, give or take.
Do I still have my jug of alcohol?
Um,
I
did you
think
not
I
give that to
do.
somebody?
You gave it to somebody.
Did I get? I gave it to Erwin, huh?
Yeah.
So,
Do I still have my little jar of alcohol? I don't think I gave that
Wait,
one away.
I thought she gave that to me.
Yeah, you gave one
Oh, I
to
did.
Magni, while Magni and Max split it in the cave after Charlemagne died. Or Charlemagne, first one.
Crap, no one has alcohol. Damn.
I'm gonna take my squirrel out of my cloak and start playing with it over my head, laying back, and then I'm gonna go up and turn into a squirrel.
But
I'm gonna send Stewart up. Let him play.
And yeah, I'm gonna play with the squirrel and the mimic and the stick and
I'll
Stuart.
whistle for Bagheera, who has my squirrels, because I'm sure she's nearby doing her Bagheera thing.
There she is. She comes shambling out of the woods.
I launch myself at her face.
DM.
Displace your beast noises. Yes.
I'm going to actually survey the cairns that they were apparently raiding to see if there was anything left behind.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna come trotting up behind him
I'll
and
give him.
scurry up his leg onto his shoulder.
Which one? Which one are you? Investigation with a natural 19 is a 21.
21. And you're looking just for things they might have been looking for, or left behind, dropped, yada yada.
Yes, any clues to see again what they were looking for, any specific types or patterns of recognition of where they were looking, what they were looking for, and just those sorts of things, clues, I guess.
So they weren't actually looking for anything. With that roll, you can tell that it seems more of their practice, where if they might be injured or just taking a slumber, they bury themselves underground to sleep. You do manage to find a small little pouch of 10 gold coins. But besides that, yeah, you realize that this was their home. They slept underground as a sense of rejuvenation because they believed the earth had a natural healing property.
Natural healing property.
That's what they believed.
I'm going to put the coins in my pouch, take the pouch and fill it with earth, and put it around my belt.
Okay.
I'm going to swat the squirrel that's trying to get into my hair.
I'm gonna run to the other side of his head and chew on that side of his hair.
Shit! Get off me!
I'm gonna pull his ear.
Please stop!
I'm gonna hop onto his hand. And just sit there and see what he does.
I'm not going to move as we float over. Thank you, fine squirrel.
As soon as we get back over, turn back into Ainslee while I'm in his hand.
Okay. How high were you off the ground?
Oh god.
Valen?
I would mostly cruising speed is like 5 feet.
Okay, so you don't take any damage, but the sheer shock just kind of drops you both to the ground. And you roll down the hill the rest of the way. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Pendragon's just laughing his ass off.
I see how uncomfortable he is with just Ainslee being a squirrel. I'm gonna mentally tell Bagheera to go lick him, like right up the face.
No, you're cool. Who are you?
So, Valen, you're rolling down the hill, and then you're suddenly stopped. And this massive black paw is just stopped you, like just holding down like a stopper, like a truck stopper. And then you look up, gather yourself, stand up, and this rough, massive tongue just right on the left side of your face, all the way up, almost like sandpaper, but it's really wet sandpaper. It feels very awkward.
I'll picture my hair just standing up on end, just
Yep.
all up the left side. With one eye open, I just say, "Good Katie."
She just
Isn't she the best girl?
The best. Keep her well fed. I see.
Oh, yes, yes, she hunts great.
I taste the age in that. Anyway, I got enough for loot. What are we doing?
One time she carried Charlemagne for a long time. She's the goodest girl. Sorry about that, Charlemagne.
That's not a problem, you know. It wasn't too bad. It was kind of comfy.
I did think you were a dragon.
I mean, I'm still not a dragon yet.
Yet?
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Maggie in the background just snoring real loud.
Ready my spear. Who's
That
a
is
dragon
a
now?
dirty 20 on the inside.
Hey, it's a
20,
very
20.
large.
I'm
so
not actually a dragon. I'm just fucking with you.
I'm gonna like get a rock that's nearby me and like chuck it at Charlemagne.
Ow! I hit my head. That's not funny. Okay, it kind of was.
I thought it was funny.
That was very funny. That was a good one.
Going to go over to Ainslee. Can we maybe get you like a bell or maybe like just some marking that we know that it's you inside these animals?
Oh,
No, it
hey,
doesn't.
but the bell would just merge inside of my animal form, and it will not actually be on me. I know because I once was looking for my stick. I transformed into a nice wee doggy, and my stick was not there. It merged into my doggy body.
But where did it go?
I did not can, but when I merged back into this body, I had my stick again.
Was it all slimy?
I did not can. I did not think so.
That's a lot to take in.
I promise you, get used to it.
It was a lot to take in. I think perhaps it was a very large stick.
Go and just slap my leg.
Magni in his sleep kind of mumbles, large stick.
He quit. We broke the DM.
That's the one of the night.
oh my god, that's the one. Oh god.
Well, I'll take first watch.
Can I actually check out Pendragon's tattoo? Being that tattoos are pretty important to my people, maybe there's something I could figure out about it.
Sure. Go ahead and give me Well, what are you trying to figure out exactly?
Would I see what it means, the origin, or anything like that? Because being the Way of the Four Elements monk, like typically tattoos do show up as trees or rivers or phoenixes. So maybe if I could like try to figure out like a meaning behind it.
Sure. Okay. You can give me a nature, an arcana, or a religion, or a history. Check. Your choice.
They're all +2, so I guess. They're all +2.
Well, it'll change which information you get about it. So
I will
choose
do
wisely.
because of my. I am going to do Arcana.
Okay.
Never mind. Oh, I have lucky. Okay, we're not counting that one. That never happened.
Okay.
Fuck. That was 6.
You got a 6,
Of inspiration.
Yeah.
so you can reroll
Oh.
that again.
You can. I'm going to with not that. I know I'm getting a different 20 because that one has shamed me. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, 14.
14. That's better.
It's better.
So you can definitely tell it's magic. You can
Okay.
definitely tell it is life-giving magic.
Okay. Good.
Okay. All right.
All right.
You can also tell that it's a flowing river.
I am so smart.
Thanks for trying, babe.
That's a fucking river on your back. Holy cow.
Yes, quite different from your tree. I gathered that it was a river. Thanks for trying anyway, Myra.
It was worth a shot. And then bringing up my tree, I'm gonna get excited again and be like, oh, I haven't seen it yet. And like look around, like try to look at my back.
Oh, you want to see your back?
Yes, I really want to know how it looks.
I'm going to disguise self into Myra and show her back.
That'll work. But very clever. Nice. So, Myra, you see the full form. Like you're able to see the bark on your arms, or like that bark texture of the tattoo, and on your hands as it gets closer to your wrist, you can see like the little green blossoms. But seeing it on Pendragon as yourself on your back, you see the full form. You can see the roots have taken hold, kind of at the base of your spine, and it almost appears like they're growing inside of you, and your own life force has created this tattoo, or it's more of a part of you than just ink on your skin, if that makes sense. Again, you see that very vivid bark texture. You can see the knot in the tree. There's a small little hovel at the base that seems as if it would be like a creature's home. Maybe a fox den or something like that. You see all the little intricacies. You see kind of where an owl or a bird would have made some sort of nest or home in like the crook of one of the branches as it kind of goes up, and you see the sakura blossoms uh, scattered throughout with the green, like some maple leaves, some pine. It's a mixture of all different types of tree, uh, forest life. And occasionally the sakura petals start to drop and just kind of slowly float down to the ground. And once it gets down to the roots absorb it, and you watch the sakura blossom again.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Drop illusion or disguise self.
Oh, it's beautiful and so much less painful than the hammer and needle from the last one.
I mean, you were blasted pretty hard.
Oh, yes, but have you sat laying on your stomach with monks over you, hammering a single needle into your body for hours and hours and
No, the
hours?
most I got is this dragon crest on my forehead from my master. But other than that, no.
Worth it, but horrible. Especially when they get to the feet. Ah,
It's brutal. So actually, I'd like to go back for a moment. I was just messing with you. With a 14 on your Arcana check of the tattoo.
oh,
Um, yeah.
okay.
Wow,
uh,
you let that play out for a while.
yeah. Well, yeah. I liked that interaction. I didn't want to interrupt that.
And I am gullible, just for what it's worth.
Fair. Um, so, uh, you understand that the significance between the river and your tattoo being free, um, again, it's life essence, but it kind of symbolizes the different stages of life, um, where how your tree is it has blossomed. It's kind of at the prime in its prime, I should say, um, where life has become pristine, surreal, almost golden aspect. Like life is it's full of possibility and adventure, hence the different um, types of trees all embedded into one. Where this river represents the different paths one can take, and the current is ever flowing. Um, that life just continues on through hardships, and as you kind of study his tattoo more, um, you notice the different stages of the river. It'll start to um, widen as if it's eroding the banks, and then it'll start to shrink back to its original state, which just goes directly up his spine. Um, and it has a couple branches, but then as it expands, it starts to go down his arms, down his sides and legs, and things like that. Um, and then over his shoulders and down his chest, you can kind of see that they like wiggle, zigzag and wind. You notice sometimes the current gets a little bit stronger, and you'll see the foam of the waves. So it symbolizes the hardships that you can go through life and the different paths you might end up taking, um, coming to that inevitable blossoming. Um, and you can see some of the stones underneath, like on the bed of the river, starting to smooth out. Some of them disappear uh, over time, just that erosion become part of the sand, and you'll see some regrow and things like that.
Okay, I will, like, as I'm inspecting it, explain that to Pendragon. And then at the end, I'll be like, for my people, you've just been bestowed such a beautiful thing to earn something like this.
I mean, doesn't lie. I've been faced with many rough decisions and widening paths throughout my life. Um, Thank you, Myra. That actually enlightens me a little bit.
Of course, well, I where I'm from, these kinds of things mean everything and says a lot about your character, and you should be proud.
I think, I am.
I will ruffle the top of his hair because I imagine he was sitting because I am short.
Yeah, I'd be sitting next to you.
So, um, if there's nothing anyone else would like to do at this time, we can head to watches.
Yeah, I'm gonna curl up with my my meme and my little stick and some faxes and my squirrel.
Maggie is already asleep. Figure it out.
I'll take first watch because there was something I would like to prepare to sleep in by the time I'm done.
Okay.
I will be meditating.
I'll take second watch.
Okay. So Valen's by himself?
I'll go with Valen.
Okay.
I'm going to stretch out and lay against Bagheera, the most favorite way I like to sleep that I haven't been able to do in quite a while.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, as you kind of snuggle into her as she's just perching, and under a tree and up against the bark, you feel the warmth of her fur kind of sink into it, as her fur's thick and a little floofy when she's not fully active. When she's not on a hunt or combat or things like that. It's more comforting, especially around you. And it kind of makes an imprint, like a memory foam pillow, almost, in her fur. Got
So here for it.
Oh.
I'm going to let out a long sigh of relief.
And you fall asleep instantly.
I'm just gonna lean up against a tree that's closest to Myra and Bagheera and go into trance.
Okay. So Valen and Charlemagne, go ahead and give me perception checks.
I got a natural 1.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, that's anything better than that, right? Oh, okay. It's a natural 13, so a 19.
Okay. So yeah, that is better than a natural 1. Charlemagne, as you're kind of looking around, there's just this weird stray beetle. You can kind of see it buzz out of Ainslee's pack and directly into your eye, and just like fuck, God! And it blinds you for a moment, and then as you kind of get your senses again and open it, you see this angry little red beetle in front of you, kind of snickering, and then it flies back off into her pouch.
What the? We're under attack. The beetles have betrayed you.
I fucking saw that. You should fight him.
I should, right? I should really squish them.
Do it. I'm just trying to do something.
Maybe later. Maybe later.
I mean, we got a whole watch. I mean, we got nothing but time.
You're not wrong. I'm gonna run over and try to grab the beetle from inside the bag.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
That is a 22.
Okay, 1 second. 19. Okay. So quiet as can be. You sneak towards Ainslee's pouch. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check to see if you can remember exactly which pouch after being blinded by the beetle.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You find that son of a bitch.
I've got you now, you little sucker. You think you could just poke me in the eye and I'm just gonna shake him in my hands.
Thumbs up from Valen by the fire.
And I'm gonna throw him at Valen.
Okay. So as you're shaking him, a little burst of flame comes out of his like mouth for a moment. Just he gives you 1 point of fire damage. Just like scorches your thumb as you throw him towards Valen. Valen, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Can I ray of frost the bug coming at me? The flaming bug coming at me?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do so for the beetle.
Okay. 15 total.
He got a 16. I kid you.
Oh my
So you
god.
go to Ray of Frost, this little beetle, and like fucking Star Wars, like, into the Death Star, just down the side. No. Fucking Goku versus Kefla, right? Just skims the Ray of Frost up towards you, and just blasts you in the eye with some fire. You take 6 points of fire damage.
Fucking eye!
I was making coffee and only hearing his side. Like, only hearing the DM narrate this.
Fucking ultra instinct Kinder Beetle. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, Beetle. It was technically Charlemagne's fault.
It's not my fault. Don't look at me. I'm not the one who shot a ray of frost at the thing.
I was just trying to put him out.
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to shake him up.
Point taken. I'm gonna try to.
Can I keep an eye open? Because I'm sure like that would have woken like anyone but Magni up. And you're like,
Fair.
you think you're scared of that beetle? Don't let Ainslee catch you messing with her beetles.
It wasn't.
I'm gonna
It was.
sit up
that
immediately
guy.
and say, I'm gonna sit up immediately and say, did you find another wee beetle?
No. There's no beetles here. But it was all his fault.
I tried to get too close to the fire. I tried to look at it something.
Honestly, as you're sitting up and looking around, just kind of briefly, you see one of the little tinder beetles flying back, but he's got like this whitish aura around him for a moment, and as it fades away, and he just lands back in your head.
I'm gonna just put my hand out for it to land on and just look at him and say, oh, were you playing with them again?
Lands on his two hind legs, crosses his arms, and just kind of like cracks his neck.
Usually you
I-
let them sleep in.
I assume this is the same beetle that like's been shoved up my nose, fucking killed the fucking scooter crawler thing, but
In Magni's ear.
yeah.
This is
One
the
beetle.
Tinder beetle, bro. This is
The
The
very
very
first
first one
one.
that I started the fire
Yeah.
He's probably all buff and shit now.
with. He looks it.
He's all Jerry stained.
So many memories with that little beetle.
Oh, hi.
And I look at Valen, there we go, Valen, and be like, oh, well, seems like you're accepted into the group if that happened.
Thanks. Does anybody have any water?
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up a stick from the fire and I'm gonna hand it to him.
I'm gonna pull out a potion bottle.
What am I gonna do with this?
I don't know. Juggle.
I'll be chuckling, and then I'm gonna toss him my water skin while he has something in both of his hands.
I'm gonna try to dodge it.
What's your passive sleight of hand, Valen?
Passive sleight of hand.
Yeah.
13.
13. Okay. And Myra, what's your passive sleight of hand?
Uh,
So what's your sleight of hand modifier?
my sleight of hand is +5.
Okay,
God.
so just for future reference, any skill check or skill passive is 10 plus the skill bonus.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you toss it, and he goes to catch it, but he catches it with everything in his hand and smashes the water, the skin, and just blasts himself in the face like a geyser.
Oh, that's exactly what he wanted to do anyway, right?
Yeah.
Oh, water pressure behind the eyes. Thank you, Myra.
You're welcome.
At least I got the spittle off my head.
Welcome to the Tinder Beatles.
I'm gonna take my my wee little tinder beetle and curl over and go back to sleep with him.
You know your Thunder Beetle purr.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
And I'm gonna look over at Pendragon before I fall asleep and be like, "Come on," and pat the ground next to me like I have done before.
I'll look down, shake my head, and then just get up and sit next to Myra.
And then I'll push him back against Bagheera like I did before.
Fine, fine.
I'm going to get back closer to the fire to get dry and continue trying to make the hammock out that I've been trying to make out of my old cloak.
Okay. Simple. Okay. Go ahead and give me a. Do you have tools for it? Like I don't know if Tinker's tools would be that.
All I have on me is a dagger, my own hair, and the strips that I can make out of my cloak.
I will get up and hand him my my wood kit because that should have everything he would need to succeed in like anchoring it to trees.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a general dexterity check. You can add your proficiency bonus to it, or
Okay.
half your proficiency, actually.
Half your proficiency.
Yeah. Because you're not familiar with the tools, but you know the general roundabout of what you need to do. So
That's a 14.
14. Okay. Yeah. Simple enough. You make your hammock. Actually, quite comfortably. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done for what you need right now.
I was envisioning, since it's a cloak, there's a hood, there's just like a triangle. I would use my spear to just jam into the side of a tree, like almost like a different degree of the branch, and then use the cloak to like have the almost be the hammock in between that little apex.
Perfect.
I just imagine him being all tall and like curled up on it.
Oh, absolutely, it's just perfect vantage point, perfect for snuggling.
Excellent. Okay. And is that your watch?
As long as we don't see anything, I will bid Charlemagne a good night and hopefully have a good night's rest.
Yep.
And
Oh yeah.
do the same.
Yep. With your 19, there was nothing out of the ordinary. Just general wolves off in the distance. But nothing. It doesn't sound like they're getting closer or anything like that. Nothing aggressive.
Lovely. Good night.
I'll take second watch.
Good night.
I had said I was going to do second watch unless you want to do it with me.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I'll do it with Pendragon.
Cool.
So both of you give me perception checks, please.
Hey.
Ooh. I have advantage on those. So the first one was a natural 1.
God.
The second one was a natural 19. So,
Okay.
29.
26 for me. Natural 17.
Okay, nothing gets by you two. Okay. You hear the two of you at the same moment hear this unfamiliar roar. But it sounds more like wood creaking off in the distance. Followed by 3 or 4 others. Not close. You can't really gauge how far or anything like that, but it's just unfamiliar. Sounds a little strange to you guys. Besides that, it's quiet.
Can I do some pondering on like, you know, being raised in forests and magical forests at that? Um, can I just sit there and try and like figure out what that sounded at least like kind of like something similar that I may have heard before?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Ah, try to get a nature check. 23.
Sounds very similar to a treant.
Mm.
And very similar to the sound that Winter Splinter was making. His was a lot deeper and obviously closer, but it had more bellow to it. These seem maybe similar creature at the very least, and maybe younger.
Does it sound similar? Like, does it maybe sound similar to me to like the bigger uh twig blights? Like
Uh,
how there was small ones and big ones with the druids?
yes. No, it doesn't. It's the only thing closest to it that you've noticed or met has been the last tree, Winter Splinter.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to Pendragon and say, it sounded almost kind of like that tree back there that ate Myra, but it it almost sounded like trance.
Interesting. They don't seem to be too close, at least.
Hey, but perhaps we should keep an eye out. But at the same time, we do not care exactly if they want to hurt us or if they will hurt us at all.
I can maybe scout out a little bit if you want me to.
Oh, I won't get too close.
Yeah. No, of course. I wouldn't make myself known, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to cast. Wait, I'm gonna cast Beast Sense. Do I still have that prepared?
Oh, do you?
Shit, no, I don't. Never mind.
In what general direction was the noise coming from?
It was coming from the southeast.
Okay.
Like, if you actually, you know what? Let me pull up the. Um, yeah, I'll move you guys to this map. Actually, it'd be easier, just to show you briefly.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are currently here. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, it's coming from like close to the river over here, like either there or here. Like I said, it's hard to gauge the distance, but it's coming from that direction, where you had first actually met the druid and those that first druid and those twigs.
Okay, I'm going to I assume psychic whispers by now would be over with.
Yes, at this point, yeah.
Okay, so have I taken my full rest yet, or my trance yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I'll expend another silent die. Cast psychic whispers. Force me, Ainslee. Let's do Myra. Honestly, Myra, Magni, and what or what? Van. Let's do Valen.
Okay.
And that's for 5 hours.
Sounds good.
And so I'm going to south and head towards that direction, but not get too close.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oh, okay. So first one was natural 12. What? Natural 20, baby.
Okay.
So 35.
Okay. Um, so moving more silent than a wolf stalking prey. You make your way over here, and it takes about 20 minutes or so. Um, and you see about a quarter mile away, sitting by the riverbank, um, several. You see four of these large trees that look a little bit more dead than the rest. Um, and you see them kind of waving their branches and then uproot themselves and give out that familiar, or that, yeah, familiar at this point, bellow, um, and start trudging off towards the east a little bit, moving around slowly. But there's a group of four of them, pretty large trees, and they seem angry, but you're not sure if they're necessarily aggressive or that's just their faces or how it goes. You're not.
Okay, I'll head back, and on my way back, I'll just relay to Ansley only, to not wake the others, since nothing was wrong. Um, they're moving east. They look angry, but they're not coming our way, so we should be okay for the night.
Hey, well, that can be someone else's problem.
I would much like that.
Perhaps there are other ones that the druids created, like this one.
Mayhaps. It seems they're along the same line. So, I don't know, maybe we broke something here, and they're looking for not us per se, but people that was summoning them, maybe? Maybe they're on our side now, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, well, that would be nice.
Indeed it would, but it also brings up the thing I told everybody about the devil holding back bigger things.
You think the bigger things are trees?
Well, it could maybe lead to a bigger thing. I'm
Mm,
just not sure. I mean,
okay.
there's a dragon, now there's giant trees, a sea serpent.
Wouldn't look like that. That's scarier than a wee fishy.
Yes, it is. It's something to ponder, of course.
Hey,
And once again, I cannot thank you enough for aiding Myra and myself. It's been ever since you broke the charm effect on me. I've just been worried that we wouldn't be able to break the curse and be us again. I mean, we were us, but not the real us.
Hey, we got real lucky that that worked. I didn't know kind of if it was gonna work.
Well, whatever you did, it worked. You seem to be very adept in this life magic.
It's something I've grown quite a fondness for.
I'm gonna just bow my head to her and say I know you've lived longer than I have, so it's just great to know that you're here and I know I give you a lot of shit sometimes,
I'm gonna
but
hold up my
but
stick.
nope, nope, putting the stick down. Down with the stick. But I greatly appreciate you. You are a true friend, and you've been here since the beginning, along with this nod head over here, pointing to Magni.
Who I
And
imagine is just snoring.
so yes, it's been so far a grand adventure, and thank you for saving Myra. It does mean
Hey.
a lot to me.
Oh, I could not just leave you dead, now could I?
Of course, and much appreciated. And I'm
Something to
just
thank you
gonna
for.
nod to you and finish the watch.
Okay. And your watch comes to a close quietly. And third watch, please.
I mean, I guess Magni could wake up at this point.
Aaron wanted to too. She just dropped.
Okay.
Yeah, I will also take third watch.
All right. So, the two of you can give me perception checks, please, if you do not mind.
Hmm.
I totally mind.
I might a little bit.
Okay. So I'll count that as natural ones.
Oh god. No, no,
And,
no.
No, my perception's actually good, so I'll take it.
I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh, that's lovely.
So 24.
13 for me.
okay. Both solid. So, besides the occasional wolf in the distance, again, it's quiet. At this point, you can kind of gather, seeing as the watches before you have been pretty quiet. Things tend to stay away from this area. That it was pretty much ruled by these barbarians and these druids. And it wasn't necessarily magic's keeping them away, it's more they just know the outcome if they were to go there. So natural survival instincts kick in. Because they haven't figured out that everything over here is dead yet. So, but the watch
Lucky
is
us.
quiet.
Mjolnir, Magni is just gonna be sitting down next to the fire, polishing Mjolnir, and look over to Myra. A lot of critters around here.
No, it's pretty quiet, honestly. And I'm gonna look down at him polishing Mjolnir and be like, sigh, I miss Excalibur.
I'm I'm gonna talk to Mjolnir a bit and be like, "You think Excalibur misses Myra?"
Yeah, he was always a sentimental kind of person, creature. Thing.
Well, Myra, good news. Excalibur probably misses you, according to Mjolnir, but who knows?
I'm gonna get him back.
I believe you, lass. I think it's necessary that you should do.
I mean, we also need the other one, but I'm gonna get him back.
We'll get him back, lass. Don't worry about that.
And I will just lay flat on my back and look up at the stars. And wow, it's been a long time since we've been able to actually relax, huh?
It's. I would like to say it's uncomfortably quiet, but I do feel a bit of comfort right now.
I've missed this. You know, when all this is said and done, we all gotta stay close afterwards. Who knows? Maybe get another mission. Figure something else out.
Let's not plan too far ahead. How about after we get this done, we just get a drink?
I'm gonna put up my hand for a high five.
And I'm gonna grab her hand. I'm gonna pull her a little bit close and say, "I noticed you haven't any fangs anymore."
No, and this is the greatest I've felt. That was horrible to go through.
We'll have much fun soon, lass.
I can finally have a drink again.
Maybe we'll gamble a bit. We'll have a bit of fun.
Heck yeah, I'm for it. And yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy our quiet time and look forward to the future.
Okay. Simple enough. And with that, your watch comes to a close. Everybody can take a long rest.
Yeah. I
Woo!
needed it. I only had 29 health.
Oh, jeez. So, that being said, after the 10 hours, it is now 7:30. A little bit. Probably started rest around 10. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun's just starting to break through the sky. The fog's still an ever looming presence, but it's not aggressively thick at this moment. And Pendragon, as you first open your eyes, you can feel the warmth of the sun, and you look at it, and just kind of Myra as well. The two of you just kind of still getting used to this, especially in Pendragon, your first time just seeing the sun and shying away from it for a moment, and then realizing it's not actually harming you in any way. And take that moment to just relax the two of you and slowly wake up and lay there for a couple extra minutes, enjoying it.
I'm going to, as I turn, because, like, I'm curled up with all my critters, and, like, in just one swift motion, I'm going to turn as I reach into my bag and pull a little floofy ball out of my bag of tricks. And that is a weasel.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Weaseling with the best of them.
Yeah. And I'm also going to sit there in contemplation for about an hour and swap out some spells.
Can Magni have some breakfast going at that time?
Yeah, for sure. When you wake up, rekindle that fire. Simple enough. It was kept going through the night and everything, so not too difficult. Take out some pots and pans that you've gathered through your adventure.
Nice little, a small cauldron set up, a little cast iron pan, just a little bit of some small things.
Yeah, with like a nice dry rub in the cast iron pan, because
As
that's how you wash.
as Pendragon is waking up and soaking in the sun, he looks to Myra and he just looks at her for a minute while she's soaking up her sun, and then he just gets this whiff of the food that Magni is making, and for the first time in a long time, Pendragon just sits up and looks to Marty. He's like, "Do you smell that? It's real food." And I run up to Magni and just stand over him, and I was like, "Is it ready yet?"
I'm gonna smack him across the head. Ah, you don't interrupt the cook.
No,
Go.
it's just been so long.
No. Go. Sit down. I will tell you when it's ready.
Fine.
I could so see that in my head happening.
Yeah.
Maddie's just gonna look at Pendragon, give him a little glare, like, you don't do that.
He's gonna give you puppy dog face.
I'm gonna toss him a sausage.
Oh, you're a god, Magni. You're a god, and I fucking devour the sausage.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for it.
Good one, Myra.
Whoop.
Hey, Pendragon, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my
Did I
god.
eat it too fast? Did I eat it too fast?
Maybe
The saving throw. That's a 19.
19. Okay. So, having not had real food in a while, it hurts your stomach pretty bad. It just sits heavy there for a moment. And then your body realizes that it's actual nourishment and it's actually delicious. It takes a minute where it just feels like the cement ball in your stomach and then it starts to digest itself and you feel your energy coming back and you're like, all right.
You were gonna make me have to poop.
You did catch me, yes.
My regards to the chef, Magni. Thank you so much. I can't wait for the full meal, please.
You're welcome, lad. Stay the fuck away from me. DM,
If there's a way to make sun angels, I would imagine Myra just like laying against Bagheera with her fluffy fur and making fur angels in the sun.
I mean, with the thickness of her fur and the memory foam style, it
Yeah,
stays
right?
it stays for a minute and then it kind of fades away, goes back to her floofiness. Magni, you had a question?
I was just gonna say, do I have any sort of apparatus that I can lay the meal down on for everybody to dig in?
Yeah, I would say you guys have collected some wooden plates over and
Picnic blanket?
I have a mess kit.
he's got a mess kit.
Alright, I'll take the mess kit. I'm gonna take the picnic blanket, take the mess kit, and I am going to lay out this small breakfast feast for everybody to enjoy. I'm gonna look at everybody. Alright. I would say we've had a rough night, but we've had a rough everything at this point. Just enjoy this small meal and just relax.
I'm gonna take a seat and just start like devouring some food.
I'm gonna feed all my critters, and as I'm eating, I'm gonna be gazing off towards where we saw the things over the hills, the buildings and everything, and just kind of be gazing at it curiously.
The building's over to the west in the fog.
Is that what it was?
You say where you saw the city outlined and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer there.
Oh.
while she's doing that, I'm gonna be looking at Charlemagne and be like, lad, slow down. You have to save some for everybody else.
And then you're just gonna see like my hands moving and the anime style eating from the table, just.
Bowls
what-
filling up that aren't actually there. They're just like, yeah.
But he said, I'm just going to continue to eat.
I'll get some cheese for Stuart and take some. What did you make, Megan?
Some potatoes, sausage, a bit of peppers. You gotta get all your food groups. There is a bit of bread, but it looks like Charlemagne is choking it down.
I'm gonna like toss the bread at him lightly.
I'm gonna lean into fucking Pendragon and be like, God, he's so like his fucking father.
You're not wrong. When are we gonna break news to?
We'll discuss that another time.
Yes, agreed. And I'll take a couple peppers, the bread, and another sausage, and then some cheese for my pouch. That's probably a little moldy, but I'm sure Stuart doesn't care. I'll give him some cheese. And a
Penicillin.
little bit of the pepper.
Stewart has been munching down on some cheese for a bit. He keeps that fresh. He inspects it, makes sure there's never any mold. And as you actually reach into your cheese pouch, you feel this weird little object besides cheese in there. You pull it out. It's a tiny little crystal.
Tiny little crystal?
Yeah.
Dude, what have you found me this time? Interesting. I'm gonna hold it out. Can anyone decipher this? Stuart has brought it to me. I didn't know it was in my bag.
Come again?
It's a little crystal that my mouse has found. His name's Stuart. Come on out, Stuart. Come on, come eat. There's a smorgasbord.
Lad is. DM question.
Yeah.
I mean, can I do an investigation check to see if that is one of the stones we've been searching for?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, give me just a second. I have to see what my investigation is. Yeah, it's not great, but let's see. It still ain't great. You got a 4.
Hard to tell.
Someone else, maybe?
I'll hold my hand out.
Okay.
This here, honestly, you want to look?
I'm gonna take a real good look at it. See if it has any magical properties.
As I'm
Perhaps it's
biting
got
into a
nice.
pepper.
Perhaps it's got a nicely shine to it. Maybe I can see cool shapes through it if I hold it up to the light.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
23.
23. Okay. Well, being super familiar with the energies of the life seeds, it is not one of them.
Mhm.
As you're inspecting it, you do notice it is some sort of magical property to it. So when you hold it up to the light and kind of look through it, it has a kaleidoscopic kind of sense to it. And as you rotate, you're kind of just turning it around, and like you start to see different images in this strange color format, almost like a color wheel, or prismatic, I should say. So the first image you see is of this blackened, ghastly horse. And as you start to turn it, it starts to change color of it. So you'll see it almost like this rainbow aura around it. And it starts to become translucent, and you see that it's more skeletal. You get a better image of it. Skeletal with like this almost zombie dripping flesh, these red eyes. Very, very large horse. You turn it again, and you see a rune inscribed. You're not too familiar with the rune, but it looks to be some sort of spell-like capability.
The rune is on the horse.
No, it's another image that comes in
Okay.
after you continue to turn it.
And is there any like backgrounds, backdrops to it that I might recognize?
No, it's literally just it
The
seems like it's carved into the air itself. As you're looking at it, because you can still see through it. It's very clear, but it has again that prismatic effect where it has like that rainbow assortment of color. So everything just that appears in front of you is still the landscape here,
Okay.
but almost burned into the air
So
in front of
I'm
you.
going to turn around and look a different way through the crystal and see if it changes anything.
Okay. Which way are you chasing?
So whatever way I'm facing, 180.
Well, which way were you facing originally?
I don't know. Which way was I facing originally? Oh,
Yeah.
I was looking over to the city in the fog.
Okay,
So
west.
I was looking to the west, so I'm gonna look to the east.
Okay, so you were looking at the fog. You turn around and you look darkly towards the sun. And it starts to have like this burning effect. Not that the crystal's getting hot, but everything just seems to get this red coating in front of it. You don't see any new images per se at this moment, but you feel a different element being kind of absorbed into it.
One last thing I want to do with this. I want to look directly at a tree.
Directly at a tree.
Science.
As you do, it turns brown and like this kind of purplish. It starts to, you can kind of see the sap on the tree better than you do when you pull it away, especially at a distance. And the sap almost looks again purplish. Still getting that prismatic effect constantly, just a different hue or color. It becomes more dominant depending on what you're looking at.
And I don't see like the horse anymore or anything.
It was just when you were looking into the fog.
Hey, I'm gonna look back at Pendragon. I'm gonna hold my hand out, and I'm gonna say, "That's a very special wee stone you have there. It shows you, I think, perhaps what lies beneath all of this." And I'm gonna smack the ground and wave my hands in the air. Perhaps it shows you true natures of things, or I don't know, kind of exactly. But I was looking at the fog and I saw this ghastly skeletal horse. It was so cute. I would have loved to snuggle it. And there was a rune when I was looking towards the fog as well. Showing some kind of magic, but I do not kind exactly. I do not recognize the rune itself. And then I looked towards the sun, and it showed the heat and the energies of the warmth from the sun through the stone. And then I looked at the tree, and I saw the tree better through the stone than I ever have through my eyes.
Was two questions. So you're saying this stone perceives more than we can see on our own?
I it does quite seem that way, and I think perhaps. Well, the horse I saw in the fog.
That was my second question. was the horse somewhat familiar to the one we seen on the road that day?
No. No, this one was much different. Perhaps it's tied to a rider of sorts, or perhaps it itself is the fog, or what the fog is holding back.
And the rune was not the dragon crest at all?
No,
That was on the back of the Retta that we seen?
no. No, I think perhaps the rune, um, maybe is the magic of the fog, and the horse is what the fog is holding back. Perhaps I could be wrong. I do not ken.
I'm not quite sure. This is interesting indeed. Anyone else have any ideas?
I'm just kind of curious how you saw so much through that little stone and I saw nothing.
Well, I'm gonna wave the stone towards him. Well, I know Pendragon has it, but I'm just gonna kind of wave my hand between them, between the stone and Magni.
I just see your hand and the stone lass.
Wait, is he looking through the stone right now?
Yeah, Magni, are you looking through the stone?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No,
right now.
I have it.
Hey.
I never gave it to you.
Okay, so you want to take the stone from Pendragon and look through it.
No, I thought. Never mind.
Sorry,
Ainslee
I
handed
was
it to me. Yeah, Ainslee handed it to me. She gave it back.
Didn't I look
Yeah.
at the stone and I got nothing from it?
I don't think you looked
well,
through it, you just looked at it.
yeah, an investigation check of 4, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's my interaction with Ansley. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't understand how you saw all of this, and I looked at it and I
Yeah.
saw absolutely nothing.
Did you look through it?
I looked at it.
Well, try looking through it.
Can I try looking through it, God?
Sure.
Yeah, here you go.
What
are
do
you
you
looking at?
need me to roll?
What are you looking at?
I'm
I don't know if you
looking.
could, but
I am looking through the stone. That's all I'm doing.
Which direction are you looking? Are you looking at the
Yeah.
fog, the sun, the trees, the grass?
I
Myra?
guess fog.
at the fog.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the image of Strahd,
Oh, that bastard.
and again, this prismatic rainbow surrounding him, and is what creates the image. He looks like a rainbow, a translucent almost. And you see him mount the horse.
I'm gonna say that gay bastard.
So he relays that he sees. Do you relay that you see Strahd?
Yeah, I'll relay. I see Strahd.
I immediately go into contemplation, sensing undead.
I'm also gonna relay that I see him on a dead horse.
I would like to make a perception check on the area as well.
Okay. Ainslee, you sense nothing. Pendragon, go ahead and give me your perception.
$27.
27. There's nothing. For miles, you climb back up to the top of the hill, and you look out above the treetops. You see birds. You see ravens take off. You see the movement of some wolves in between the trees. You see some of the trees moving. But besides that, you don't. Nothing in the general area, like the direct vicinity.
Am I still looking through the stone?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you see looking at the fog.
Okay. I'm gonna push it away. That tricky devil.
You said you saw
Throwing
him. Some type of premonition of sort? Can we see him from a distance?
I wish I could tell you. I'm just filled with rage right now. Like, I see him, but he's nowhere near here.
As he's saying all of this, I'm pulling out my slingshot and saying, well, back to the fog, I suppose.
Ha! Back to the fog.
But isn't the one more stone seed we should find?
Well, perhaps it's that way. We do not ken exactly where the stone are.
Should we not return this one back to Owen?
Ah, we can. I'm
We
gonna
probably should.
look down at my weasel. Mhm. I'm going to cast Beast Sense or Beast Bond. Turn back to my mimic, or before I cast Beast Bond, I'm going to turn back to my mimic and trade it a very pretty flower for the stone.
Give me an animal handling on that one.
Okay. I don't have any more gemstones. I give mimic everything.
I
If it fails, I can give you gold.
I got stuff. I got turquoise, honestly, remember.
12.
It spits at the flower.
I hold my hand out to Pendragon.
Here you go.
I hand over to mimic.
Swap.
I'm gonna scratch it. I'm gonna look down at the wee weasel, and I'm going to hand it the stone as I cast a beast bond.
Okay.
And send it back to Erwin to return the stone.
Okay. And it scampers off with the heavy seed in its mouth.
Well, that works.
Or are we just going to trust that it's gonna get there?
It's no worry.
Are we sure about that? Because it's a very important stone, apparently.
Oh, you should know by now, Ainslee and her animals are very well suited off.
I will send Big Giro with the weasel to watch to make sure it goes safely.
I'm gonna telepathically be encouraging the weasel the whole way, and it can we can yeah.
As long as you're on the same plane of existence, I believe, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Simple enough.
It can telepathically communicate simple emotions and concepts back to me,
Okay.
and I can telepathically like speak to it.
Emotion. It takes probably about 2 hours to get there. You feel like get exhausted at one point and just like take a small rest, but it's cheerful and happy. And as Vigir is like next to it, and they're going a steady pace. You know, they're not rushing. Then they kind of just like snuggle up for a minute and take a quick rest, and then back on the road and get there. You sense that after a couple hours, you sense glee, as if I completed my job.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the way back, again, the tiredness.
Yeah.
After a little bit, and then manages to get back. So the whole process for having sent there and back would be about 4 hours,
Okay.
give or take.
Alrighty. And I'll say, well, after I sent my wee weasel off, we start heading to the fog.
You're heading into the fog.
Well, towards where we saw the city.
Okay.
Oh God, I don't like the way you're saying that.
Well, there was a city there, yes, and bells that you said, but Magni also said the devil was there on that deed you saw. Is it right to go that way right now?
There was
Well,
also the blue glow.
This is true, but Strahd, I mean the devil. Fuck. Uh,
Nope,
I,
just say his name
we're
again.
talking
Just
in our
do
heads.
it.
We're talking in our heads.
Fucking Voldemort.
still counts,
Talking
man.
in our heads.
Even in our heads, you can't even think the name.
You ring.
No!
I smack him with my hammer.
Hey,
No,
Dragon,
no.
dexterity saving throw.
No, is he
Right.
really here? Oh God, is he really here?
No.
Okay, okay.
It's just so fun fucking with you people.
I just imagine since Charlemagne can't hear any of the conversation, he just sees everyone sitting around, and then all of a sudden Magni just hits Pendragon in the head with the hammer. And what the fuck is going on?
Well,
Didn't y'all talk about a
Wait.
sword?
Yeah,
There's
no.
still
DM
another
question. You
kid
mentioned the blue glowing, like what up to the north? What was it?
Blue glowing?
Yeah, it was. I'm assuming it's related to Frostmourne.
When did it say?
It was
It
earlier.
was
Am I
today?
mistaken?
Tonight?
I might be mistaken. Just forget about it.
If the blue glow. When you were do you mean when you were looking through the crystal?
Yeah.
No, so that's an effect of the crystal itself. It just has a prismatic effect. It shows images in a rainbow assortment of colors, and depending on what you're looking at or where you're looking, things like that, a different color is more prominent than the other colors.
Gotcha. Okay, my bad.
That's okay.
Yeah, do we really want to go that way? Didn't my brother say he knew of another similar glow somewhere else?
do not recall.
Yes, you did.
Oh, he did.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought he didn't.
Multiple times.
Oh, I thought he didn't tell us about that because
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
fuck Strahd's mom.
Well, he said it the first time, not
Oh.
the second time.
Oh, you want to go see the lady that was all covered in blood that we ran hot-tailed from?
I mean, if we're trying to, it's either we go there or we go possibly face the devil, and we do need the last seed, correct? Because the Wizard of Wines had use of it.
Well, and I'm gonna look back towards the fog. I really am quite curious about what I saw through the stone. The magics of it.
You know what, I'm gonna let you hold on to this, and I'll give her the stone.
I look back towards the fog neurotically.
With the stone.
Mhm.
Okay. You see the same thing that Magni had seen. You see that rune again. And then you watch as the rune spreads and there's multiple runes, almost like a wall in the fog.
And I pull the stone down and I cock my head towards the fog. Well, wherever you want to go.
Perhaps there are some other tools that we still need before we go out that way. Ainslee.
Eh?
I've seen, looking through that fog, Strahd, and as much as I'd love to go kick his ass, there are still some things we need. A couple weapons that are not in our possession anymore.
I'm going to pose the same question I asked you all last night. Have any of y'all figured a way out of here instead of fighting him?
I don't believe you were here when I said that he's here to hold things back. It's not only him here, there's other things he's keeping at bay. And he's looking for a successor. He tried to recruit me, and I was almost obliged until Ainslee here helped me and broke the curse. Both curses, actually. And yes, so I feel there's more to him, but he uses us as toys and for his games. So it's going to be hard to, per se, persuade him into not trying to kill us.
This means we have to kill him first.
But if we kill him, what do we unleash?
If we play that game when we get to it.
What if it's more than we can handle? He says there's multiple higher beings than him, and he's barely holding on now. That's why he's looking for us. That's why he's trying to recruit you, Magni. That's
He
why
says
he
that.
recruited me.
He says that, but I mean, could you truly believe him?
I did. It was before I was charmed.
Well, to each their own. It just sounds like he's trying to save his own ass.
But what if he's not? He said he was good for most of it, and then he got bored. But now, because of his uprising of fear, fear has taken over the world.
The world that we know.
And more things manifest from fear. And he says there's stronger things out there that he can barely hold on to now. If we do not take that information lightly, we can doom us all and never get back to our home. Of course, all of us were transported here for a reason. Madame Ava, she said to stop evil or something along the lines of that. Not the devil himself, but to rid the land of evil.
I understand what you're saying, lad. I feel you're digging too deep into it. It's Strahd, and I
But what
say his
not?
name. Strahd. He is scared, obviously. But of what? Maybe if he doesn't have enough followers, he just dies? Maybe that's why he's so hung up on us, but we do not know.
I'm just gonna shake my head and stand up from the table and walk away.
I would quite like to know what perhaps he's holding back and maybe try to fix it and free these people.
Can I was there information about the trees shared that they saw in the middle of the night?
I mean, I'd say yeah. I
Yeah.
catch everyone up on everything once they woke up excitedly.
And all this is happening over breakfast, right?
Yeah, a very long breakfast.
Can
A well-deserved
oh sorry.
respite. That's okay.
Can I go to a nearby tree that would kind of symbolize that and sense the key of the tree to see if I could pick up what's happening to the trees?
Sure. Interesting.
Like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check. And
I'm actually quite good at that.
you can. Okay. If you expend a key point, you can add your proficiency modifier a second time to it.
Okay, I got an 18 already.
Okay.
So I feel like that would be high enough to get what I'm looking for.
If you say so.
No, I'll expend a key point.
No, it's okay. That does do it. That's fine. Yeah. So with you stand there for a moment, leaning against it, your palm against the bark, and you sense that the land is poisoned in a way, that it's corrupted by evil. You get the sense that that purplish hue that Ainslee had seen in the sap is poison. It's sickly yet thriving in a weird way. It seems like it's being kept alive strictly by the magics of this land. If it wasn't for that, this poison, this corruption would have killed all of the forests long ago.
Do I feel it even worse if I drag my hands down and put both my hands flat on the earth?
It doesn't get stronger per se, but it doesn't go away. So you can tell that it's the trees are an extension of it. It is essentially all the entire land itself is just under this corruption, this plague, if you will.
Oh, I'm gonna say that's like, okay, so Myra's gonna look like sad when she feels that. And yeah, I'm gonna relay that to everybody. Whatever I think is out there that Strahd's afraid of or worried about, it's damaging everything. I'm surprised anything is standing here, frankly. Everything's just cursed and I just feel decay. It doesn't show it, but I feel it.
I'm gonna look through the stone, at the ground and the trees and see if what I see.
You see the same thing. That purplish hue is more prominent.
Does it look like it's flowing?
Not to like a central point. It's kind of like you can kind of see like a wave, like a wave of corruption, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like aggressive waves. It's just like
No.
a steady like type deal.
So do I see what way they're flowing from? What way they're waving from?
There is no direction. It's
Gotcha.
not like they're not moving. It's
Okay.
just like the shape and motion of it without actual locomotion or oscillation of any sort. That makes sense.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at Ainslee. Hey, can't you, I don't know, ask the tree what's hurting them?
Oh, well, I can certainly try. And I'm going to cast Speak with Plants. And I'm going to look at the tree and say, oh, hello, tree.
Oh, Ainslee.
Oh, you know my name.
Yeah. Heard it about 10 times since you've been here.
Oh, hey. Are you feeling okay?
As okay as I've ever been.
You don't feel sick at all?
Well, I'll put it this way. When you feel sick for a long time, it becomes familiar. It becomes your sense of stability and homeostasis. Equilibrium, if you will.
Oh, hey. Does make quite sense. Do you perhaps know what's making you this way?
Well, there's evil magics afoot.
Hey.
That's all I know.
Can I just say that was really depressing what the tree said?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
felt it.
Sad. That was very sad.
Give me 1 second. I need to check something.
That might mean we're getting more information, guys.
It might could.
Get your notes
I'm
ready.
really proud of myself for like thinking outside of the box.
Yeah, totally. That was really good.
Yeah, that was awesome. I am also proud of you. Let's see. Where's my goddamn map? Dun 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 dun. No, that's not it. Ah, here we go. X. And that is that. Over south and to the east.
Sounds
You'll cross a bridge with the green curtain. At the base of the mountains is a temple.
And that's where the bad magic is coming from.
It is both the source and the end.
Oh, well, that sounds very foreboding, does it not?
Yes.
Is this, perhaps making some of your brethren, or your brethren, um, get up and walk around?
In all my many years, I have never heard such a bad pun.
I get that a lot.
But thank you. It deserves a chuckle. Now, what was the question again? I'm sorry, that was very distracting.
Well, I was asking if it ever makes any of you get up and walk around. Or perhaps angry? Or both?
Well, corrupted.
Hey.
Perhaps not angry.
Hmm.
Many of us have always walked around.
Oh.
Some do not. Some do.
Hey, that makes sense.
Be careful with them.
Oh. Hey. Oh. Thank you for your words of warning. You're a very wise tree.
Thank you.
Hey. Well, I'm gonna shake a branch. It was very nice talking with you.
And it's gonna branch, shake your arm, hand.
As she does that, because I imagine Ainslee's saying her side out loud. I,
No,
with my
Ainslee.
hands still, yeah, with my hands still on the tree, can I use a key point to expel some of my key into the tree as a thank you? Maybe make him feel a little better?
How many key points do you want to use?
2.
2 key points.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and give me a. I want to say a medicine check.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to make this one. Actually, you know what? Give me a general charisma check.
Oh, shit. I have to look at that. Okay, not great at that. But I'm going to do it. 16?
16. So, as you expend your key and direct it to the palm of your hand and focus it into the tree, you watch this tree become a living version of your tattoo. As the golden aura starts to surround it, you feel the poison and the corruption expelled from it, and the many different breeds of tree all form into this one, and it grows this smile made out of bark and nuts, and it feels and looks happy again.
Oh.
And that is where we're going to cut off tonight. Okay.
Remove my hand and live long, my friend.
There isn't a breeze, but you can hear the leaves and the branches almost sing as it seems wind kind of flows through them. And that's where we're going to cut it tonight.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Good.
I punched the tree.
Maggie!
I vine whip his hand.
I use
Great.
my
Three also
other.
climbed up too.
I have another fist.
I use
jump
ball.
on top of him and bite him out of reflex.
I thrust forward with my wiener.
I use a crossbow and shoot myself in the face.
That's the only acceptable answer to that.
I use chair.
Oh god. Of which
You're
are
all
fucked. You are all fucked.
It's John Cena.
Oh, good times.
Oh, our generation.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a good session, guys. Good RP. That was fun.
Oh, I
Much
love you.
needed.
I
Much needed.
like the part where we thought that friggin' they died.
So I'm the one thing I'm excited for is Vaylin's backstory and stuff, and Magni has Mjolnir,
Mhm.
so that's kind of cool. I want to see that.
Yeah, that is interesting. That background is like directly linked to Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, So that's kind of cool. I'm excited to see that unfold.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for the future of this too.
There's
Alright.
a lot of future to be had, so
There's plenty more of this campaign to come.
There's so
And
much.
there's a lot of choices you guys can make that'll lead you in a whole bunch of different directions, and I'm really excited for it.
I am here for it.
So, real quick, as always, we have our merch in the merch shop. If anybody wants to check that out, it would greatly help us out to keep doing what we do. There's pretty cool stuff in there, and there's always new stuff coming out. More emotes for our subscribers will be up soon.
There is already a new one for bits. Check out our awesome Taishar one.
Yes.
That is, you can see it in if you look at your emotes in the chat, you can see it under Natural Nerds. It's a lot of fun. That's for the 1000 bit.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure we got that up yet. So perfect. Awesome.
Mhm.
And certainly more to come. Scheduling. Is there any updates on that? Anything new coming up, or
Tomorrow is of course our Icewind Dale session, which will be at 5 p.m. 6 p.m. Sorry, Pacific Standard Time. And after that, nothing new really. We have to finish our PvP session, which I'm not sure if we're gonna do that before Wednesday. If we do that, it probably will be on Wednesday at normal time. Check the schedules for that. And if not, then we will do that sooner, and I will be hosting a special one shot on Wednesday in turn.
yes?
So we'll keep you updated on that. Like I said, Icewind Dale's tomorrow, and then Monday will be a continuation of Resident Evil 2. And yeah, check the schedule for the rest of our Dungeons and Dragons streams and other content that we have.
And check out our YouTube for past videos that are no longer on our Twitch. Link is in the chat. Or you can search for Natural Nerds on YouTube.
Yes. Alright, so that being said, I believe that's all for tonight.
One more thing.
I lied.
Thank you, Sirenscape, for the awesome soundscape, providing us with some nice cricket and nature noises during our little camp out.
I'd like to say the only thing I didn't like about those nature noises is that buzzing
The
bug.
bee! Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a fucking dude, a wasp or something, and I was like, bro, no, I
I
don't
kept
like
taking off
this.
my
It was the
headset like,
beetle.
is that real?
I literally
It
put
was
that
the
one.
beetle.
I literally put that one specifically
was
on
real.
just to see if it would annoy someone. I'm not even kidding.
I kept taking off my
I was so
headset
excited for that.
checking.
I was so excited for that.
I really thought there was like a fly flying around my head or something.
Yep.
I
No.
imagined that being the beetle that hit Valen.
Yeah.
Yes. I love Sirenscape. I think it's absolutely awesome. I use it constantly. And viewers at home, you can use it too. It is free. They do have a wonderful paid subscription, which gets you some awesome packs.
Mhm.
And yeah, go check it out at Sirenscape on Sirenscape.com. We're using the online beta version.
It's
It's
so
like
awesome.
yeah, the clarity is freaking amazing. Real big shout out to Sirenscape for doing a fantastic job with what they do. Honestly, really dig it, and I'm excited to see what happens after this comes out of beta. Oh, my
Yeah.
God, it's gonna be so nice.
Yep. This one was the Curse of Strahd soundscape, and there's plenty more that you can check out too. We will have a link to Sirenscape as well as a link to all the composers and everything that put this soundscape together.
Yes,
We'll have that up probably by tomorrow in the description.
for sure. So, that being said, thank you all very much. We love you. And remember, stay natural, you nerds.
Stay
natural, you
natural, you nerds.
Ain't